Hello and welcome to another video about the Hang Seng index chart. Looking at the bigger picture first, maybe to get everybody on the same page, I think it's important to recognize that we have hit a very, very important resistance level. In my opinion, most of that rally is done from the 2022 low and specifically also from the 2024 low. Yeah. The rally is likely done. Oh no, not the rally is done. Most of the rally is done. The hype, you would call it, most Elliott waivers would say the high probability element of the rally is done. That doesn't mean that it couldn't go higher. It in fact could. One more high is still a very reasonable interpretation as long as certain levels are holding that I will talk about. I will tell you which the levels are, and below those levels, a deeper pullback becomes more likely. Good news is here that this here is obviously on the weekly chart or 4-day chart, a long-term correction here that you can see, which with the next pullback could be complete, because this could be an E wave of a triangle. Triangles are 5-wave patterns, A, B, C, D, E, and the E wave could then lead to a breakout to the upside eventually. Now, someone asked me in the last video update, couldn't it be that we have a running flat correction and this wave 4 actually finished here? That in fact is possible. I think I mentioned it even, I'm not quite sure, but as alternative scenario, I think we should keep this in mind. The only thing is, why do I not clearly prefer this? It's because in a running flat, we normally have an A wave. Okay, we have that. An overshooting B wave. Okay, we have that. And then normally we get a 5-wave decline, yeah? A C wave. Okay, this is labeled as wave C, but in a triangle, the C wave is a 3-wave move. In a running flat, we would normally want to see a 5-wave move. Haven't seen that, okay? This here could turn into that 5th wave, but it didn't, right? So this could have been 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that could have been it, but it failed to form that lower low, and therefore it left this as a 3-wave move, which makes then more sense in the context of a triangle pattern. But it's possible, yeah. I mean, if we call this maybe a WXY structure, for those of you who are Elliott wave specialists or experts, or you understand the different patterns, that kind of makes sense. For many who just watch this, I mean, if you're not really deep into this, the difference doesn't matter so much. Important is to understand what is support, what is resistance. Is the risk rather high or low? At the moment, the downside risk is rather elevated, in my opinion, because most of that rally is likely done. This is the next resistance area between 27,295 and 30,348. I think it's also important to understand we've reached nearly, not quite yet, yeah, but nearly reached a trend line. So if we push a bit higher, then the resistance area here is also where that trend line is located, yeah. So it's just moving from support into resistance. So if the next pullback is clearly corrective, that could be an opportunity, because that's what we want to see in an E wave. We want to see a 3-wave move down. Now, once we have a confirmed top, we can specify targets a little better. I've just added here a standard support area. Now, looking at the shorter time frame, I've explained it a few days ago. One more high is still valid. Yeah, it's a bit questionable. It turns into a bit of a questionable structure for one more high. Yeah, in this rally I just showed you, because we can't really see any strong reversal from here. And the market dipped slightly already twice below the 61.8 retracement. So we dipped already below ideal support for this internal pullback. So, I mean, higher from here would still be an option. But as I said in the last videos, once we break below the red line at 24,720 on the futures chart, and then also below 24,230, it becomes more likely that we already have a top. And then the wave count, in case we really have topped, we can add that. I would leave it as an alternative for now. This would just be on the local level now, local top, which could then result essentially in this E wave pullback, right? Then this would be an A wave down. This would already be the B wave top potentially, and if we now come down, this would be the initial ABC structure. This might then morph into a larger or develop into a larger ABC structure like this, and can essentially send us lower into that support area I showed you on the larger time frame. But there's a long way to go. This is all getting very fragile, but we're still printing higher highs, higher lows here. So this is a key spot here. I'll keep you updated. Hope you enjoyed the update. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and yeah, leave a thumbs up as well if you appreciate the analysis on this channel. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.